right, welcome everyone to Crushing COVID Daily. This is day number 3, May 3rd, right? We're in May 3rd today. Time's ticking by. But we're here and we're live. Glad to have you here. And by the way, thanks so much for all the comments, likes, reviews, and it's been great to see how many people have even been asking questions even about real estate, which is awesome. That's always something that's near and dear to my heart. So it's great to have you on board. So as we start off the day today, I also want to let you know that you can start off. You can leave comments. If you're over on Facebook, you can either leave it on Facebook or get over on YouTube. You can leave us comments there as well. And let me just turn this on here. I got some cool stuff I want to show you today. I want to show you an app. Happy Sunday, by the way. I want to show you an app that I've been using also for health, but also more importantly for increasing your energy. And I want to share about that today because I think increasing energy is super important to health. Because otherwise, if you're not healthy mentally or have energy, like mental health energy, if you don't have energy, then what do you expect to, how do you expect to go into something even better, like even into your business? So what's really important to your entire business and everything you're doing is your energy. And without energy, we are kind of like just that's why it's so important to get enough sleep, which some nights it's kind of difficult when you have kids, right? I mean, that's the truth, right? When you have kids and you got a lot going on, and that's probably the one thing that every parent loves to have is a little bit more sleep, right? Do I have any parents in there with me? You agree? But at the end of the day, you'll do anything for your kids, right? If you love your kids, you'll do anything for them. So, but one of the most important things to a work-life balance, and I know most people take the weekend to recharge. I'll tell you one thing, when I first got started in entrepreneurism and running my own businesses, I didn't know about work-life balance. Another thing I didn't really take into consideration was how many days a week I worked. And I would literally work from Monday to Sunday, or what they say, Sunday to Monday, right? Because Sunday is the first day. So I would work 7 days a week, all the time, day in and day out. And I did that for a number of years until probably until 2010, where I started. I was following I was working with one of my clients, and we were following more of a regime. So Sundays was really my day of, I'd kind of take off maybe for the first few hours of the morning, and then I'd go back to the office. I'd go to church, and then I'd go back to the office and work even more. It was just kind of a part of my lifestyle, and yeah, I couldn't see it any other way. So yeah, so that was really interesting. It was an interesting time in my life where I was working so much that the stress level was like kicking through the roof, right? And my body wasn't recovering. And when it comes to, I used to watch and hear a lot of these health tips. My mom is like really big into health, and I can think of my aunt actually. She's really big into health also. And I think about some of those comments. What's really important to your entire business and everything you're doing. When it comes to sorry guys, I don't know why that's doing that. Hold on. This goes back. By the way, this goes back to the sound issue we had the other day. Sorry about that. Why is that? Oh, okay, there we go. Okay. Yeah, because I know the other day we had some echo, so I was making sure that echo wasn't on. So one of the things that I didn't really pay attention to years ago was this work-life balance. And I was working all the time. And, I hear the words of my aunt and my mom about, you have to have a balance. And it's so true. And unfortunately, I didn't realize that until a little later, my body was under so much stress. I had my hair falling out. Not that I just got a buzz, by the way. But there was just a lot of stress and my body wasn't recharging. So it's really important to get a good amount of sleep. That's important. Whatever some people say between 6 and 9 hours, somewhere in there. whatever you feel comfortable for your body, that's what's really important. And then you have the hustler mindset. You have the hustler mentality where you believe it's like, I have to go all the time. And that's true. Like you do, there is a lot of hustle that you put into your business, but your bodies are only going to be able to take that for so long. And then it's just going to break down. It's just going to break down, and then you will not have the energy after a while to get to where you want to be and to what you want to do. So that's really important. So be mindful of that, especially if you're an entrepreneur and building your business and your life. Just be very mindful of that. And I want to show you today an app that really has changed my life. It has. And so today I want to talk to you a little bit about three things. But one of them, I want to talk about energy, and I want to talk to you about like health in regards to like exercise, fitness, and some people revolve that around weight, and so one of the things I've tried a lot of things. I have tried a lot of things, and one of the things that's why. Hold on, guys. Just give me 1 second. I'm just going to change microphones. Okay, nope. On. Oh, that's. So I thought there was something wrong with my sound, and I guess there is. But if you can hear me, maybe you just put a comment. I don't know what's going on with the microphone. Let me try this. These are the kind of things that, when you if you go live, you ever watch like TV and a production crew? Those are the kind of things that people help out with. So here's the thing, guys. I don't know. I think you can hear me okay, but if you can hear me clearly, just put a yes in the comment section. That way I know. Because it seems like the same thing that's happening yesterday is coming through today, and I don't know why. Okay, great. Thanks so much, Martin. I appreciate it. So I'll work on that, for tomorrow. So one of the things that in regards to like health and in regards to whether, I feel like I've tried almost everything, right? I feel like I've tried, great. Thank you, Vamsi. Thank you so much. I feel like I've tried everything. I feel like I've tried the gym. I remember in my early my early 20s, I think I was going to the gym every day, the 6-pack, right? I was hitting the gym every day. I was really committed. Whenever I commit to something, I really go all in. It's like overdrive. And I was going to the gym every day, and I wasn't really mindful of what I was eating, but I was definitely mindful about being committed to the gym every day. That's something I was. And then, and that really did work. I mean, tonality, running, and all that good stuff. And I ran every day too, by the way. I was running every day because of, the way I was living my life. I was, running every day in the mornings because I was delivering newspapers. Okay, I delivered newspapers as a teenager up until my 18 years old. So I was running every day. It was normal for me, and I enjoyed it too. One of the things going over time is I've tried that. I've tried the quick weight loss stuff you buy on TV. I remember I bought the 10-minute workout. This is when I was traveling on the road all the time. I literally lived in hotels for 200 something days out of the year, right? It was hotel after hotel because I was traveling and speaking and training. And I remember I was in this hotel and I saw the 10-minute workout and I'm like, yeah, that's for me. I need that because I don't have much time and I don't want to put a lot of effort into it. It's really what it was. So I tried that. I tried all kinds of things. And what was interesting, even though I tried all these methods, one of the things I always felt horrible about is when I would go on this after a while I just go on this spree, let's call it spree of trying things. I would still feel the same way. I would still feel like I had 1,000 pounds. I would eat one meal and it felt like I ate 5 meals. Does anybody ever felt this way, by the way? Have you ever felt this way before, where you eat like one meal and it felt like you just ate three? And I'm not talking like you ordered like a big meal or something. I'm talking about you ate something even small and it feels like you ate 10 meals. Have you ever felt that way before? Because that's exactly what I've felt. And actually, I still do feel that way sometimes, not all the time. And when I felt that way, it's a horrible feeling. It just makes you feel like uneasy and uncomfortable. So yeah, you just feel like you're carrying this weight, and it makes you tired, it makes you sleepy and lack of energy and all that kind of stuff. So one of the things I decided to do, it was kind of interesting. I'll give you a little backstory. I said, I always felt good because in my faith, we fast like once a month. And I always felt better after that. I always felt like, oh, okay, I feel good. Like after that day, it was so interesting. And then one night I went to bed and I said, you know what? I felt so full, and I only had a little bit to eat, but I felt so full that I said, you know what? I remember going to bed. I said, you know what? I'm going to start fasting like all the time. And that night I downloaded an app, and the next morning I go into the office. By the way, this is in Uganda. I go into the office the next day, and I'm in the kitchen, and I'm there, and I'm taking some water. I think I'm mixing like water and juice together or something. And my buddy Chris comes over, and he says, bro, you'll never guess what I started doing yesterday. And me and my buddy Chris, a little backstory here. Me and my buddy Chris were very similar in a lot of ways. So one of the things, we're always like either we're reading like similar books, or I've read that book and I give him a book, that kind of thing. We're on the same like wavelength. And so he comes into the kitchen and he says, bro, you'll never believe what I started last night. And I said, what? He's like, fasting. And I said, what? No way. And he's like, yeah. I said, dude, you gotta check this app out. I just downloaded it last night. And he was so surprised. But that's happened to us multiple times over the course of us knowing each other for the past, I think, 3 years now. And so we just laughed, and then I showed him the app, and he downloaded it right away. And he's like, let's do this. And when we do something, him and I, it's like we do it together. And we challenge ourselves, we try to beat each other, that kind of stuff. It's really fun. And that's really important too, because you want to have like an accountability partner along the way to help you, along the way. I think it's really helpful that you have someone like that in your life, because it helps, to bring out, the better side of you, that accountability partner. It makes it really impactful. So I had the ability to do that, and we started this journey of fasting I think it was 8 hours, I think it was. And then I was like, okay. Then we, because how many meals do people typically eat a day, right? 3. One comment Chris made to me that was so powerful. He said, bro, he always starts off with, bro, do you know if we eat 3 times a day, 7 days a week, that's 21 meals. And of course, yeah. And I'm sure some people eat more or less than that. But if you think about it, that's 21 meals. And it hit me in a certain way. I was like, yeah, that's a good point. That's a lot of meals, right? So as we're starting this, we're going from 8 hours to 15 hours to 24 hours and all that stuff. We just keep going. And the reality is I felt better and better as the time went on, right? So, and I'll share a little bit about what I did along the way in the journey, but I want to let you know that this app it's really powerful and it's a simple app, but it holds you accountable. And what's most important is you having someone to do it with and accountability. So I wanted to actually show you this app today, and I wanted to invite you, or if you want to accept the challenge, to come along with me over the next 30 days if you want, or however long you want to do it. We're going to be crushing COVID here for 30 days, so if you want to join me on this track as we do this, that would be awesome. And then we can do that. So I want to show you the app, and I want to show you how I've used it, and also the results I got out of it. And I'm also going to be doing it again. Now, when I show you this app, I have to use my phone. So if you throw some comments if you have comments about it, just throw it in the comment section, and I'll get back to you. But I'm going to. Oops, that's not it. I'm going to share my. I'm going to share my screen with you. so that you can see this app and what it looks like. I should probably try to show you. Yeah, okay. All right. Okay, well, let me see if I can show you on the App Store first. That's a good idea, right? Let me show you on the App Store. Oh, you know, it's just loading. Okay, here we go. All right. So this is the same app that I downloaded, you know, I think almost a year ago now, and it's the, I think the easiest way, yeah, okay, this is the easiest way to find it. Okay, let me show you my screen here. Okay, you see that? You see this app right here? It's called Life Fasting. You see that? It's Life Fasting, Intermittent Fasting. Okay. This is the app right here. Let me open it up for you. So you can see there, Fast Your Way. This is what it looks like from the download page. Okay. And now I'm just going to jump in and show you. I'm going to show you my profile. So right now, I actually just finished fasting just recently, but I ended that fast and going to start a new one today, like right now with you. And as you can see there, you see my buddy Chris? I'm jumping into his profile. So that's my buddy Chris's profile. Right now, as you can see, he's doing an ongoing fast for 22 hours. Okay, and there's, see, I don't know if you can see, I don't know if you can, can you see my mouse? I think you can. Anyway, so you can see this blue line around around his circle, around his profile picture. There's a blue, that until that blue reaches all the way around. You can state how you're feeling. You can see how he's feeling there, and you can see all. I don't know why his fasting history. Maybe he's not showing his fasting history on his profile. But I'm going to go to my profile here, and I'm going to show you what I've done. Let me scroll down here. Okay, so on the bottom, you can see the total amount of fasts I've done. Well, at least the ones I've recorded. I wonder if I can do a, hold on, let me see if I can do a P&P here. No, can I? Can I do this? Okay. Oh, you can't. No, let's not do that. All right, so as you can see here, it's the total fasts that I've done is 126. Now that's probably almost accurate. I know there's times I was fasting and I didn't record it, so you know, that's whatever, but that's pretty close to accurate. And then also total hours fasted, 3,281. And my longest fast was 120 hours. That's 5 days, right? So that was really, that was one of my best ones. But yeah, I want to tell you something about that here in just a second. And then total hours in ketosis. Now, listen, I'm not a health expert. I don't pretend to be one, but I'll tell you this. One of the things that this app is really powerful in doing is giving you an education along the way. I really didn't know much about fasting until I got into this app, and I understood a lot of things. And also I had to understand my body and how it was working, because I'll tell you what, there was times where I was feeling dizzy. There was times, well, let me tell you, the first day of intermittent fasting is the hardest, because you're going to feel dizzy, you're going to get headaches and all that kind of stuff. It's really not, it's not that fun in the beginning, but it gets better as you go along. So when I had started, it was a little difficult, you know? So here, let's see, total hours, that's my longest fast. Okay. Let me just go back now to this part of the profile right here. This is basically the time tracker, okay? Now, I'm going to start right now, all right? So my fast is starting, okay? Now, I set it up, as you can see there, 24 hours. I can easily adjust the hours right here in the app, okay? I can increase it and decrease it, okay? And if you see that little flame right there, I'm going to hit that, and it basically tells you a little bit about ketosis and when your body will start burning ketosis. Into ketosis mode and start burning fat. Now, if you want to learn more about ketosis and the different stages of, you know, fat burning and how it works, and it's amazing, it really is, at least for me, because I didn't know about it. Just hit tell me more and it will tell you. Now, there are other little icons that will show up as you continue fasting. There'll be other little round icons like this fire one that will show you. And it's really powerful. It really is. As you move your hours down, it'll show you that ketosis is way over there, right? But let me increase it and show you. It won't show you right away, but as you start fasting more and more, you'll see other little icons, little circle icons show up. It also tells you how long you've been fasting. You can change it from elapsed time to remaining time. So guys, I'm going to do a 24-hour fast, okay? So that means by this time tomorrow when we do COVID May 4th, okay, Crushing COVID May 4th, I would have done and completed a 24-hour fast. Right now, you can select your mood. So right now, hey, I'm feeling awesome. Yep, I'm feeling real good right now. So I put that in there and I can record that. And then when I'm done ending the fast, I just select it. Even if I want to end it early, that's fine. So this is a group that we created. You see Chris's profile pic and you see my profile pic there. We created a group called Team Skinny back in Uganda. There was like 6 of us, or 6 or 7 of us in that group. And so you can actually create private groups if you want. You can join a public group if you wanted to, or you can, do a private group. We have a private group that we do. There's other features in here, such as like your progress and what's happening. You can record these. Now, I've personally never recorded it because I'm not one to like always, follow up on this kind of stuff. I mean, I enjoy the benefits, but I'm not like really addicted to doing it, okay? Then this is other things like checkup. So this is a little bit more detailed, but if you want to add a little bit more information about who you are, you can do that. They have offers. You can talk to an expert, someone who's a nutritionist. You can talk to them. I don't know what the all-in health is for, and then there's a marketplace, I'm sure, for other things. This will also show you a feed where there's announcements. See, there's Team Skinny up here. I can put all, and this is going to show all the people in, I think, all the groups, right? Announcement. This should be for everybody. Maybe not. Where is the, those are private posts. And there's a section. I don't know where it is right now. Sorry. Oh, here. Okay. Yeah, I don't know where the public groups are. I'm sorry. That kind of went somewhere. Maybe they moved it around recently. But I was never a part of any public groups. Here's the Learn button. This is the one I really like, by the way. The Learn button will show you, it will teach you about, like, there's videos from doctors and nutritionists about how to incorporate fasting. I would jump right over here, right here. What is intermittent fasting? Really powerful, really good knowledge. Well, at least it was for me. Like one thing I really didn't realize was that sugars and breads and carbs and all that kind of like sit right at the gut. I didn't know that. I've always heard things like beer belly and whatnot, but or the beer belly or pot belly, right? One of those things. I didn't know where that came from and how it was derived. So, but once I started diving into this app, it really helped me to understand and helped me. Another thing too, this app also taught me how to cut back on sugars. I really reduced on sugars, guys. If you know me for a while, have you ever seen me with like a Coca-Cola shirt or a Coca-Cola hat and all that? Just like 2 years ago, for years I loved Coca-Cola, not just because of the business aspect of it, and I would teach the core values into my clients' companies, but also I love drinking Coca-Cola. I've been to the World of Coke in Georgia probably, I think 3 or 4 times, and it's really great, by the way. If you've never been there, it's a really cool sight to see. So I was in love with Coke, and I wasn't drinking like 2 liters a day or anything like that, but maybe a few cans a week. And I completely cut that out, like completely. And some people were shocked, but it's very rare. And it's kind of interesting because growing up, it kind of went like this for me. I started drinking a lot of soda, and then my mom and my aunt like hated it. And they were like, no, never drink soda again. So then we just totally cut soda out of our life. And then it went back up again to drinking soda, and then it went back down to no soda. So it's been a roller coaster, which is kind of normal in life, right? So that was something, but using this app and understanding that, once you have an understanding and you have a motivation, then you're motivated to do something, right? So yeah, so that's the fasting app. Check it out. And if you guys are interested, I'd love to have you go along with me on this journey. I'm going to be doing this for the next 30 days, and I want to share a little bit of my experience with this app, okay, and just to give you a few tips from my experience, okay. A few tips on my experience with this app is: 1, start slow, watch your body, pay attention to your body, and listen to what's happening as you use this app, okay? Because what you don't want to do is you don't want to you don't want to just jump into like a 72-hour fast all at once. You want to slowly work your way up. So start maybe with 8 hours, then kick it up to 12, 16, whatever. There's a point, and this is something I realized about my body because I was doing so many fasts. One thing I realized is that every 30 hours, so within 30 hours of my fast, because sometimes I do a 60-hour fast, I did a bunch of 60-hour fasts or 72s. Once you start doing the fast, right, I realized for my body that around hour number 30, I'd start getting a bit dizzy. Yeah, I'd start getting a bit dizzy and I would need to take in something. Okay, so that's an important thing. Just, you got to maintain you got to keep track of your body and listen to your body and pay attention to it. So what would I do? One, I would eat fruits. Not make a smoothie, by the way. In the app, it will tell you that, like to stay away from like these big fruit smoothies, because when they're so big and you're taking it, you're just increasing your insulin and your sugar. Oh, that was the other thing. The insulin is actually in the stomach gut area. Yeah, I'm going back a few years, guys, and I'm not a nutritionist, but nor do I pretend to be one on TV. But it's really helpful. So one of the things I realized was when I went into the app and I was feeling a certain type of way, I'd go into the app and learn about why I was feeling this way and learn from the experts that are in the app, and then I would apply it. So I realized in my cycles, I realized that every 30 hours in those 30-hour intervals, that's a better word, I would have to take some fruit. I'd have to do that. So I did that. Then after I started doing some fasts, after a while, and guys, I would completely cut out all food. It would just be like water, juice. And by the way, if you're taking juice, it shouldn't be like big glasses because of all the sugar. It's going to really like work up your body. So just a little bit, reduce, like keep, sugar at a minimum, a little bit of juice, a little bit of water, and you just keep going. Some people use coffee, some people use tea, some people use other things. Whatever it is for you that works, then do it. Just be mindful. And then as you go on this journey of fasting, one of the things I started experimenting with was I would fast, but I would only fast without any food, but I would do a soup fast, and I would just eat soups once a day. That was it. And that's all I would eat during the entire duration of my fast. I'd only eat that one soup per day during the entire fast. Then I did salad fasts. Okay, so I'd be fasting. I wouldn't be eating full meals, but I'd eat one salad per day. And that was my salad fast. I've experimented with all different kinds of things. Here's the best part, guys, and I'll wrap up this health segment for COVID today with this. The most best part about all this, yes, I did lose a bunch of weight, which was really good. I was, fitting back into tighter pants and all that, pants that were tight, and I was fitting back into them, and people were saying, "Wow, you look really good." And yeah, I did have more energy, but I'll tell you what, the best thing about this, which changed my mind about fasting completely. Because remember, guys, I started doing this because of how I felt in my digestive system. I was like not feeling good. One of the things that I loved about this was that the clarity it brought to my mind. That was the best part. It was the clarity that came into my mind. I was like, whoa, that's huge. So I saw things completely differently. Have you ever had any type of food or anything in your life? Let me ask you this. What is something that brings you clarity? I'd love to know. Or something that you've done or tried that just makes your mind open up. Because for me, especially in life and business, I always try to find things that are going to make myself clear and have more direction. So I'm curious if you have any something that you've tried that is, helped you become more clear. And I know some people are probably thinking, yeah, weed. I'm always saying that because some of my buddies would say that to me, Yeah, man, I'm not into that fasting. I'll just smoke some pot, But no, seriously, if there is something that you've tried or maybe it's running, something for you, I'd love to know what it is. I'd love to know what it is for you that helps you clear your mind up, Because I sense when I got really into fasting, I just started seeing things an amazing, I just got clarity like never before. So that was really a really cool thing to happen. So I do want to give a few shout outs here today. And by the way, also I want to know if there's any birthdays. I know we have some birthdays coming up. But Martin, good to have you here, buddy. I'm so glad you're moving forward with your videos and your movies. I'm so excited. I think the last one I watched was about two years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago, the romance movie you have. So keep up the good work, man. And remember, get those videos over on YouTube and continue the good work, man. It's, guys, I just want to give a big shout out to Martin because Martin, is a filmographer and he creates movies in Uganda. And when he invited me, he actually came out to my office. We met. And he showed me his storyboards and what he was going through, and then I went to one of his filming locations, and I got to see actually his equipment and what he was doing. And man, I was just so impressed. I was like, wow, this is so cool because me, I've always been into film and videography and all that kind of stuff, and it was really cool to find someone and connect with someone who's actually doing it in Uganda and creating really cool movies and powerful movies. Again, at the end of the day, it's always about, exposure, right? For anyone, even in business, it's always about exposure. So, Martin, I give you a huge congrats, man. I really like the work you're doing on there. Good stuff. Good to have you here. Barb, how's it going? Good to have you here. You shouldn't be following me. Will, what's going on, Will? Bill. Long time, buddy. Hope you're doing fine. I hope you're safe. I hope your family's safe there in Portugal. Excuse me, I'm in Portugal. I hope you're safe there in Texas. We should catch up to the time. It's been a while. Salmer, good to have you here. Veronica, how are you? Long time. Good to have you on board. And Anthony, the crusher. Anthony, I was just actually going to message you, I was going to message you probably a week or two ago, and I was going to tell you that, you should probably create a new group. Instead of the 100K, there should be a million group. Or did you create one already, Anthony? Did you already create one? Because I think we need to get a bigger group and maybe collaborations or something. I don't know. Am I asking too much? Anyway, good to have you guys here. Thanks for joining in. And I hope you are staying safe during these times and washing your hands. That's really important, right? I did want to also give you... Okay, so I know we're talking a little about health today, right? I want to give you 2 things for mental health. And I don't mean going crazy. Oh, wait. Backtrack. I got to backtrack here for a minute. Guys, when I was doing this fasting, there was this thing I did. You can actually go check out this video over on YouTube. But what I ended up doing, let me put this website. You can go check it out. What I ended up doing was I created a campaign. By the way, I've created a lot of GoFundMes. But in regards to fasting, I got so into this fasting, right? And I ended up, I'm always doing a lot of different charity work, whether it's helping kids stay in school, or we've done a few different campaigns in Uganda where we, buy supplies for people who can't afford it, or all different kinds of stuff of charity work in Uganda. So one of the things I decided to do was I started this GoFundMe page, and it's right there on the screen, GoFundMe, then you got /F/fasting for families. What I decided to do was all the money I was saving from food, right? Because I wasn't eating so much during all these fasts, is I would take that money and I would put it into this fasting for families GoFundMe page that I set up. And what I ended up doing was I organized 2, I'm going to call them not giveaways, but charitable events where what we did was we would put all these bags together, and you can check out these videos on our YouTube page, by the way. You can subscribe on our YouTube because we always have these videos coming out. And what we would do is we would organize all these goods, right? These goods of whether it was paraffin or rice, toothbrushes, Colgate, right? We'd get all these home supplies and we put them in these bags, and then we would go into these areas that are pretty much underprivileged, low income areas, that people that need help. And what we would do is we'd go into these areas, and what we'd have a group of people who would walk around passing out the bags. And then shortly after we would go into the area, we would have people from our church who would go around either passing a brochure or talking to people about a few things. Number one, talking about how they can get their kids in school, and that we actually had the head leader of the school, the local school there. She was walking around with us, introducing herself. We had someone from our church that was a part of the employment department, and so that helping people to get jobs, how to create a resume, that kind of thing, just at least introducing them to the opportunities that are available to them in our local community. So employment representative, a health representative, and a teacher representative. They would come in right after us. So we'd go out, giving out the bags, say hello, greet them and say hello. And then we'd have these people that come up behind us and do that. And we found that because, it's important that, yes, we can do charity work and we can give, but we also want to help people become self-sustained, right? To sustain themselves. And that's really important. So we've done this multiple times, and we're always going to do it again. But what I ended up doing was I created this GoFundMe page, and as you can see there on the screen. And this allows, and by the way, we've had people even who are members, who have watched some of even these live streams, who have donated, and I appreciate all those donations, because what we do is we take those donations and we pump it right back into the community with buying more supplies and getting more people help, as well as advice and counsel from the advisors that go with us. So it's a really cool thing. And in regards to that, I want to also show you a video clip. It's a little long, it's a few minutes, but I want to show you that I've had some friends that have come out to Uganda and have helped in the same cause, whether it was going around to schools or churches and stuff like that. So I want to play the video for you, and I'm kind of going to maybe do a narrative, I guess. Let me see if I can pull it up here real quick and show you that. And I'll try to get the sound on as well. I think we can do it, okay? I think we can. Okay, so as you guys can see here, these are actually some of my friends from South Carolina who, their church, some of them have been there. It was their first time to Uganda, and they had never been there before. And some of them have experience. They've been there, they've been going for like 5 times already. David went 5 times, and a few other members. And the cool thing is some people were going there for the first time, and they never experienced Uganda before, so I got to, and that's my friend there, Kristen, with the pink shirt right there, and there they are, just going into the schools. These are the same things that I would do, so it was so great to see how other groups and churches would do it and go in and help the communities, and that guy there was so funny. I'll let the video play for a little bit for you, yeah?
I think what I like most about Uganda is obviously the people. They're just such loving, welcoming, great hospitality, great personalities, always smiling. I don't think I saw a single person get angry at another person the whole time I was here. And that's a lot to say coming from the United States, where all it takes is a drive to the grocery store and you'll see somebody get upset and lose their cool. So it's a great place. I love it. We will be coming back. I wish I could do more. I think the trip, taught me, if anything about myself, is that it humbled me to realize that we as Westerners, we can't fix everything, and we have to rely on God. God's grace is sufficient, and these people know that. They appreciate that, and it was such a blessing. I am definitely leaving a different man. Thank you.
Just wanted to say I have enjoyed my trip here. I am just amazed at how nice and kind and gentle and humble the people are here, how welcoming they are here. I love the colors, I love the sights, the smells. It's been a trip of a lifetime. I don't think any of us will go home the same as when we came. So, thank you for the opportunity.
Hi everyone. I just wanted to say thank you so much for your support, for helping us get here to Uganda. We've had a wonderful time. God has worked so big, and we just love the people here.
Hey y'all.
Hey y'all, I'm Kelly, and this is my first time to Uganda, and I really enjoyed it. I love all the people here and the different cultures that are here, and I want to thank everyone who supported me and my church, and anyone who would like to come, I would encourage you to come. It's a great experience. Thank you.
Hey y'all, this is Dave. We're coming to the end of our Uganda experience. We've had a great time ministering here. The people are so generous and warm and giving, and they were so receptive to the gospel. We had over 100 people who came to Christ during the week here. We fed over 800 people. We ministered to countless others. It's just been a fabulous week. So thank you very much to everyone who had a part in sending us, those who prayed for us, and we are just eternally grateful. Can't wait to get back and tell you all about it. God bless.
Hey everybody, here in Uganda. So excited to be here in Kampala for the mission trip. The best part of it was watching people come to Jesus. The raising of the hands when we called them to bring Jesus into their life. That was the best part at the conference. I definitely like the shopping, the bargain shopping, and I think what else. Just kind of meeting everybody, the pastors, the people, everybody was so friendly, and just the hospitality, letting us into their homes, cooking us fabulous meals.
Jungle to Uganda.
Jungle to Uganda.
Jungle to Uganda. Jungle to Uganda. Jungle to Uganda. Jungle to Uganda. Jungle to Uganda. Jungle to Uganda. Jungle to Uganda.
All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that.
Just the hospitality, letting us into their homes, cooking us fabulous meals.
Jungle to Uganda.
That's where I gotta get better at this stuff.
Jungle to Uganda. Jungle to Uganda. Jungle to Uganda. Jungle to Uganda. Jungle.
I swear, I gotta get better at the sound on our live streams here. I apologize. I had a bunch of sound coming through. I don't know why. Okay, that might be it. All right. I hope that wasn't going crazy for you guys with the sound. But we'll check it out later. Anyway, wanted to share that video with you because It is one of the trips that some of my friends have made over to Uganda. They were actually a church group in South Carolina that came over, and they go every year. Actually, unfortunately, they weren't able to go this year because of COVID. So that got extended probably to, I'm not sure when, actually, I don't have an update on that. But I've also had other friends that have come out. My friend Doug and Alexis have come out, and they were actually just touring Africa. And they went to Tanzania and I think Kenya and South Africa and Uganda. And it was so cool. We got to host them and all that stuff. It really is a great time. I always like to say it's a life-changing experience in many ways, not only just spiritually, but also you get to realize a lot of things, especially if you're coming from a different country, which it's a really powerful impact on your life. And just the people are so warm and loving. It's phenomenal. So what I was sharing with you earlier is in regards to the fasting there, a lot of the funds that we've raised, that's not the right one. That was the other one. Where'd it go? I don't even know where it went right now. But a lot of the funds that we've raised have helped people, in regards to their communities and help them out. So wanted to share that with you guys also. And then I wanted to leave you with some quotes because I know it's more, I don't want to talk too much business today, but I wanted to leave you with two quotes that are, I want to leave you with two quotes here. Let me just pull this up. And these are just quotes to help you like during, these unique times. Really unique times, right? We're going through some things that we've never even been before. So one of them is a quote. Hold on, I'm just trying to share my screen. One of them I pulled up. We actually share this one a lot in our Fearless Millionaire programs. Number one, it's a scripture that says, "Keep your eyes open, hold tight to your convictions, give it all you've got, be resolute, and love without stopping." And I love this quote because it says, keep your eyes open and hold tight to your convictions, give it all you've got. And I think right now, because there's a lot of like mixed media going on, and of course there's a lot of fear and uncertainty and doubt, and right now there's no better time to get complete clarity on what's going on in your own life. But also, once you feel that conviction to move forward and take action and not give up on it, just to continue to move forward and continue to press forward. And when you do that, you'll just feel like there's this quote that I got when I opened up my first company. We actually had the quote on the back wall. We had it like sketched out on the wall. And it was by W. Clement Stone. And it said, "When you discover your mission, you will feel its pull, and you will just have that desire to move forward towards it. You'll just feel this pull." And I know it goes something like that, by the way. And it'll never, that pull will never stop. It just keeps going, and it's almost like it's calling your name. It reminds me of what Frozen 2, where Elsa's always being called to the sound or to that voice. And that's really what it is. At the end of the day, you're going to have that sound that pull that's always, and this is so true even with business or in real estate. I talk to so many, some of my potential clients who sometimes are in a situation where there's so many different ways and strategies to do real estate, and they want to do one strategy, but then they have this other call, right? This other distraction, right? This distraction of, try this style and try that style and try this way and that way. And one of the most important things is, going back to the reason why you're doing this and how you want to be a help in the industry. Real estate investing is a big industry. There's a lot of different ways to do the business. So at the end of the day, what's really important is that you focus on one strategy to do the business and stick with it. Don't give up. Just keep doing it. Like I told you guys yesterday, that you have to stick with, like my coach told me, stick with that one strategy and commit to it for at least 2 years. That's what he told me. And when you do that, it will help you. It'll help you stay committed, and you will see the results. And that was like some of the best advice my real estate coach gave me so many years ago. Another great quote that I love is from my late mentor, Jim Rohn. And he says, don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. Don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. And that's so true right now, or any point in time in life and in business. But I know right now it tends to be a bigger topic and a bigger issue, is because we can always, whenever we're trying to do something, we can always feel like, we have this like goal, and then all of a sudden all this resistance shows up. This pull, like you're trying to go for your goal, but then something happens, and then another thing happens, and another thing, right? I mean, how many people thought that 2020 was going to be an amazing year, like the year of breakthrough, the year of whatever you want to call it, right? And then all of a sudden COVID shows up. But do you let COVID stop you, right? Is COVID going to be the one to stop you from your dreams? Are you going to allow it? Or are you going to say, you know what, I can use this time to get better. I can use this time to improve myself. I can use this time to improve my life. I can use this time to maybe get more clarity on my future direction after COVID's over, after this all settles down and they figure out a solution to how life's going to be. We just have to say, okay. See, change and adapting is not an easy thing at times. Some people are stubborn, they don't want to change. But in business, you have to move with the tides. That's why even like right now in the business right now, it's really weird, right? We got economies just crashing, right? Things are going really weird. But you have to be able to zig and zag with business and with the times. So those are just things to keep in mind. Don't wish everything was easier, because it's not going to get any easier. Wish you were better. Wish you were better. Grow yourself. I know I mentioned a few books already yesterday and the day before. Go out, read those books, start educating your mind and increasing your mind. And also, I'll be mentioning a few other books along the way that I've read over the years that have increased my life substantially. And so I'll recommend those out to you. All right, guys, thanks so much for joining in. Thanks for everyone who's given out shout outs and comments and requests. Thanks for following along. And remember, download the Life app, and if you want to continue along this challenge with me, I'll be sharing my updates daily, but I basically started my 24-hour fast, so I'll be fasting until we meet again tomorrow. Until then, I will let you go with one of my favorite songs. Well, it's one of my recent favorite songs, but it's really good. There we go. See ya. Have a great day, guys.